now would like to introduce you to your panel of judges.
Thank you. Please be seated. My name is Andy Collins. I'm a professor of history at Columbia College in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm delighted to be here with you. I'll ask my colleagues to introduce themselves.
Sure. Hi, I'm Kelly Booth. I'm on the school board in Alexandria, Virginia, right outside of Washington, D.C. And I used to run the Virginia We the People program and work at Jamestown and Montclair.
I'm Leslie Draper. I'm with the Wisconsin Department of Justice, and I am a former chair of the Wisconsin State Bar's Law-Related Education Committee, people who sponsored this program in Wisconsin.
And would you introduce yourselves and your teacher?
I'm Sebastian Marcella.
I'm Andrew Stevens.
I'm Jennifer Pascola. I'm Matthew Nunziata.
I'm Rachel Falvey. I'm Lauren Cloutier. We're freshmen from Rosenfield High School, and this is our teacher, Natalie.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. We're delighted to be here with you. I know this is an exciting moment. So this is Unit 1, where we asked about the philosophical and historical foundations of the American political system. We're asking question 2. In what ways does the Declaration of Independence link the natural rights and classical Republican philosophies? What has been the impact of these philosophies on American politics and government? Which ideals expressed in the Declaration of Independence do you feel need greater realization in the United States today? How might they be realized? Please begin.
The Declaration of Independence set forth many new ideas on how our government should be constructed and how it should function. The Declaration of Independence was revolutionary because it fused two very different philosophies together. The influence of the naturalized philosophy is seen in youth analysis, so is the classical Republican philosophy. The naturalized philosophy is present in the Declaration through the mention of the social contract theory and the idea of unalienable rights. Classical Republicanism is also apparent in the Declaration, based off the idea that the document was created to preserve the colonies and for the common good. Linked through the Declaration, these two philosophies would greatly impact the government. The natural rights and classical Republican philosophies have had an immeasurable influence on our contemporary American government. The natural rights philosophy had many aspects. However, some influence our founding fathers more than others. Individual rights, limited government, human equality, and popular sovereignty were incorporated into the Declaration of Independence and our Constitution. The natural rights philosophy emphasized unalienable rights of every person. The addition of the Bill of Rights in 1791 has proven instrumental in preserving individual liberties. Limited government is also essential to protecting individual rights in America because the government's duty is to protect the unalienable rights of its people. Amendment 1, for example, grants important rights and directly limits the government by remembering that, quote, Congress shall make no law, end quote. Government is limited by the purpose for which it was created. People control it through free elections.
Popular sovereignty is the principle that the government derives power from the consent of the people. Since the governing authority lies with the people, the right of revolution is also contained in philosophy. This part of the natural rights philosophy has been apparent in our nation's history, particularly during the years leading up to the Revolution, when the colonies were taxed without their consent. The colonists' revolt was justified due to the fact that colonies had bypassed popular sovereignty. The equality of all people not always accepted in society, and thus, the natural rights philosophy and the Declaration of Independence became a weapon and attack against inequality in America. One such example of this is Declaration Sentiments, issued in 1848. Women copied the Declaration of Independence, but changed the king's wrongs to the wrongs of men. The addition of the 14th Amendment in 1816 helped America to advance in their struggle towards equality.
Promoting the common good is of utmost importance when the government based heavily upon classical republicanism. The founding fathers realized that it would be difficult to craft a government based solely on classical republicanism, so they created checks and balances and separation of powers to encourage people to act as good citizens with civic virtue. It is essential to have small communities in the government with classical republican roots, so that citizens can be knowledgeable about the government and community to promote the common good. Attending local town council meetings is a way for citizens to be informed of the current status of the town and for them to promote the common good.
The Declaration of Independence set forth many different ideals that the government had never been fully based on before. However, many of these ideals, such as human equality and government based on consent, need greater realization today in order for our government to continue to function well. Throughout American history, minority groups have been treated unequally and unfairly. African Americans suffered from many forms of discrimination, and women were denied their rights and men. Although these groups now have many more freedoms and liberties than before, the issue of equality is still prominent today. In the State of the Union address, President Obama stated that women, quote, still make 77 cents for every dollar a man earns, end quote. The Declaration establishes equality among all people, and therefore women deserve equal pay. So new issues such as same-sex marriage prompt questions about the meaning of equality in modern society.
The Declaration of Independence was just the first step in ensuring a government based on both natural rights and classical Republican philosophies. As modern governments gain more power, it is important to remember the Declaration is still a relevant document in modern American political and government systems. If the government should become too powerful and withdraw natural rights from the people, then it is, quote, the right of the people to alter, abolish it, and institute a new government, end quote. In the words of Thomas Jefferson, quote, when the people fear the government, there is tyranny. When the government fears the people, there is liberty, end quote.
Thank you very much. I was just about to ask you about whether the Declaration gives us the right to revolution, but then you answered that question ahead of the game there. So let's think about that right to revolution, right to overthrow the government. Do we really mean that?
I believe we do really mean this because this is seen in American history with the Civil War, when the South felt that their rights were being violated because of Abraham Lincoln and the South and the North threatening to take over slavery in the South. They seceded from the Union, and made their own form of government, which is abuse of this power.
The right to revolt comes from the great philosopher John Locke. He believed that after a long string of abuses, people could revolt against their government in order they could break away and form a new government that would be best for the community.
Thomas Hobbes argued, well before Locke argued the opposite of that, and said people don't have a right to revolt because that would take them back to a state of nature. Are we better off in revolt or with an oppressive government?
I disagree with Hobbes because I believe that according to the great philosopher Montesquieu, that people should create government that fits the people, and if people need to revolt and create new government, they should do this.
I agree with my colleague. A controlling government is worse than no government because in the same nature, people have all the freedoms and they will most likely, as it has been said before, they will come together so they have a way of protecting the rights that they have. And this is an idea that's in natural rights.
Thank you.
Okay. How and why does the Declaration of Independence establish a link between natural rights and higher law?
Natural rights and higher law are linked together because of the idea of natural rights of the social contract. The social contract makes sure that the people have allowed the government to do everything that they have been doing, which creates a form of higher law that checks the government.
Also, part of having a government founded on natural rights links it to consent, and by the people giving consent to the government, it makes the government higher law.
So we ever see a struggle now with social contract or let's say with the common good and individual rights?
I have to say we do see a struggle with like individual rights, rights with the people, because issues like same-sex marriage is a very big issue at the moment. Like for example, Proposition 8, when it said that marriage is only between a man and a woman, and but we are actually doing really well with that because it went to the Supreme Court through Elizabeth v. Perry, and it actually is unconstitutional.
Not only do we see a struggle with individual rights with same-sex marriage, but also students. I believe that students don't have enough rights in schools. In the case New Jersey v. TLO actually stated that teachers didn't need a probable cause or a warrant to search a student on school grounds.
Rights can also be different for those who have committed a felony. In Rhode Island, if you were on parole, you were able to vote, whereas in Florida, if you ever committed a felony, you were unable to vote. So rights can differ depending on if you have ever taken action or if you're a student.
Off what my colleague said, different rights for different people with illnesses have been being fought against. One example of this is the United States trying to pass a law restricting allowing weapons and guns for patients with severe mental illnesses or criminal records.
If I could just have you talk about something that, your citation of the difference in the impact of a felony conviction. Is that an indication that we're not being fair for something as critical, for instance, as voting rights across the country, that there is a discrimination taking place in some places? Is that what having different states have different rules would imply?
I believe it is discriminating against a certain group if you're not letting them vote, even if they do have a criminal past, because they still deserve a right to speak in the like have a voice in the government because they are still citizens and they still have the natural rights that can't be taken away from them.
In the classical Republican philosophy, is very important that all citizens have political rights, such as the right to vote. And so I believe that it is discriminating, so we should be able to vote.
I agree with my colleague, but the classical Republican philosophy also emphasizes on the ideal citizen and having civic virtue. And if you've committed a felony, does that show that you have civic virtue? I don't believe that you should be allowed to vote if you've committed a felony.
Very quickly, the Declaration of Independence really has no legal standing in the United States right now, and yet it remains a very important document. Why is that so?
The Declaration is what brought us away from Britain, and it started a lot of the state constitutions. After the Declaration, all but 2 states revised their constitutions to get away from Parliament and the King. These constitutions, a lot of them are still, were given the ideas that are now in our national constitution.
Going off what my colleague said, the Declaration of Independence led to states creating constitutions, which made it such an important document because it stated that each state is a free and independent state. The Declaration also has been used throughout history for people to fight for their rights. For example, the Declaration of Sentiments was created by women to fight for their rights.
Also, the Declaration of Independence also lists the wrongs of the king that they had, like the citizens had to go through. And so like, they use that so like, they won't have to go through those wrongs again.
The Declaration can also have,
Time.
Go ahead and finish your sentence. if you would.
it can also have an influence today, such as the Women Are Created Equal. And as President Obama stated, as in his State of the Union, women are still making 77 cents for every dollar that a man makes.
Very good, thank you. Nick? Now everybody can take a breath. Because you did a great job. You had enormous, enormous amount of information that you were able to pull from. You have to see this data bank in your mind that you're pulling things from in order to support your argument and presentation. I was very impressed with that. Just with very few nitpicky things to point out. You kept referring to great philosophers. Not all philosophers, not all philosophers are great. What makes a philosopher important is not the philosopher himself. Some of them are real schmucks, but they're ideas. And so just to say, the fact that John Locke or Montesquieu might have said something doesn't make it so. It means that here's an interesting idea that is logically applicable here. So be very careful when we're talking about these ideas, that we weight the ideas, not the authority of the people who said it. But other than that tiny little, I have to look really hard, when I start pointing things like that, and I'm looking really hard at things to see. You did a great job of presenting some very difficult arguments, and I enjoy being part of this conversation.
There were several things that you said with a tremendous amount of certainty, is that this is a truth. And I was going, just wait till I get to ask the question. And I really did enjoy the fact that, you said stuff that you bought into. I had written as my first question, did the Declaration of Independence justify the Civil War? And the fact that there was an attack on that question before I got the chance to ask it, I found as really instructive. The government's duty to protect freedoms was one that I wanted to chat with you a bit about. I think I would like to have talked to you a bit about, well, does the government have any other things, and for instance, the Affordable Health Care Act would have been one of the things I wanted to talk to you about, if that had anything to do with what the role of government ought to be. I very much enjoyed the way that you presented your views of things. I found it very involving and enlightening. And the fact that I had all these questions is probably